Yo, what's going on, guys? BSGaming here, bringing you another 7 Deadly Sins Green Cross video. And in today's video, we're just gonna do a unit breakdown, right? We already showcased the red and green Estarossa, and yeah, red Estarossa underwhelming unit, pretty bad, especially because there are just so many better options to use, and he's not really viable in this day and age, and he still isn't viable even on the JP side of things. But the Green Estarossa is completely different. The Green Estarossa is viable in a lot more content. He's viable in PvP. He's just an overall better unit than the red one is. So we're just gonna do a unit breakdown on the green one because I already showcased both of them. So we know what they can do. We know what they're capable of. So let's just get straight into the video, okay? So this is the Elite Demon, Estarossa of Love, right? So Estarossa, he is a very good unit. He is capable of dealing a lot of damage. His skill 1 has a high multiplier of, I believe it is 600%, no, 500%, excuse me, 500%, and ignores defense, which is insane. Yeah, his damage is very good, especially with his full counter, because his full counter is a taunt. So the enemies have no choice but to attack Estarossa. Right now, in the current global side of things, the rule is that if he is attacked by a type advantage character, he's going to take, I believe it is 40% more damage, I believe. Yeah, he's going to take a substantial amount of damage from a type advantage character. So therefore, his full counter, it will not be as useful as you might want it to be, but in that same regard, he will still be able to, I would say he'll still be able to do good damage, but he's not going to be as crazy as you might think he is. Next week, from when I'm recording this video, his stance will be insane because the rule will be his stance is buffed, right? So yeah, let's just get into it. His full counter at rank 3 does 600% of damage when tanking attacks. Excuse me. So yeah, again, this is completely different from the green Captain Meliodas, where his full counter does more damage based on the HP he lost. Estarossa just completely does damage from the jump. He doesn't need to lose any kind of HP. He just does damage, and he's insane because this goes right along with his passive skill, which is very good, has good synergy. His passive skill makes him debuff immune, so he has debuff immunity when using a stance skill, so he won't get affected by his own commandment. He won't be able to be petrified. He won't be able to be attack disabled. He's completely immune to any debuffs. For I guess it depends on the amount of or the rank that you use your skill to, right? So if you use a rank 2 skill, he's going to be, I guess, stanced for 1 turn. And I believe his passive, yeah, okay, it's 2 turns regardless. Sorry about that. His passive actually gives him debuff immunity for 2 turns. So really good. Right, so you don't even have to use the stance, which is insane. So when his stance runs out on rank 2, he's still debuff immune for an extra turn, which is very good because if you don't have another taunt card, you can use this card right here, his rank or his skill 1, and you can do damage because he's not going to be affected by his commandment at that point. So really good. Against blue units, he's a monster, absolute beast of a unit. Against reds, he's gonna take a little bit more damage. He's going to not a little bit more, he's gonna take a lot more damage, and he's going to be I would say he's gonna be the prime target of any red character that sees him because he is a threat. Even though he is type disadvantage, this full counter just does so much at rank 2 and 3 that reds, unless they are completely buffed like the red Escanor, right, they're still going to take a considerable amount of damage, especially if you're alt rushing and you get his blackout, right? And if it's 6/6, it's completely, it's dangerous. So yeah, that leads me to his ultimate skill. His blackout card is extremely good. It literally counters any enemy attack. So you take a preemptive strike, and what that means is if the enemy uses any skill, it cancels out their skills and it gives you automatic another turn. So you're gonna attack on that automatic turn, and you're gonna have a chance to attack again, which is insane. I love that ultimate so much. It is so broken on like a character on Estarossa. It's really good because Estarossa he's just like, oh, he's such a good character in the show, and he's such a good unit in the game. I'm glad they did what they did with him, because if they would have did what they did with the red Estarossa, it would have been a problem. Why is this? Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I guess it froze on me or whatever. But yeah, anyway, again, his blackout is so useful because it just gives you an extra turn, and it's like, it's just so good. So if you have him 6/6 and it's gonna do massive damage and you get another turn, yeah, you're pretty much set for basically the game, right? But yeah, then we'll go on to his commandment. So his commandment is actually, it's not like the worst, but it's not the best because it decreases your attack related stats by 20%, which actually can leave you not in a rough spot, but it can leave you a little bit it can be just an inconvenience, if I'm gonna say, because I don't even know, the pierce rate, then you have his attack going down. It's just gonna leave you in a little bit of a sticky situation. But again, it's not the worst, right? You can get through it with Blue King's Purify. You can get through it with Estarossa's passive, and you can also get through it with, I believe, Arthur's rank 3 buff skill, right? Because he gives debuff immunity. So it's not the worst, but again, it's not the best. So yeah, and this actually isn't too bad, I would say, because you don't really find yourself like, oh my god, this just it completely unbalanced the whole game. No, it's not that, like, it's not that deep to be honest. But yeah, he's not like, if I had to rank him, if I had to put him in a tier list, I would probably put him on the global side of things, maybe in the S rank right now, just because his full counter is crazy. It is insane, right? There's no reason to put him lower, I don't think. He's not like the super god tier of the game, but he also isn't the worst to ever be released, or he isn't like you can only use him in PvP. No, you can use him in content, especially with the final boss. I believe the next final boss is Meliodas and Elizabeth from when I'm recording, so you can use him in there. He's actually really good in there. You can use him in the Tower of Trials, I believe it's called, on JP. That's gonna come out on global eventually, and he's gonna kill it. He's just gonna be an insane unit. Yeah, he's good in, like, you know, overall content. He's good in PvP. So S rank is where I'm putting him personally. If you put him in A tier, you know, I wouldn't disagree, but I would, you know, throw points out as to why he should be an S. Again, his skill 1, no one really talks about it, is actually really good. It's not the craziest. It's not what I thought it would be because of the damage multiplier and ignoring defense. I thought it'd be like, I don't know, for some reason in my head, I thought the numbers would be over like 120k-ish, but in reality, it's not that high, but it isn't low either, maybe like 90 to 100k on a crit. If you are gear him, which I'm actually working on now, he's going to be dealing out just insane damage, right? So yeah, he's not a bad unit. He's really, really good. His banner is trash. Don't summon. I'll keep saying this until it gets through people's heads. Don't summon. Once he's on the coin shop, buy him. Then he is a really good unit, but he is not worth summoning on his banner. If his banner had better filler units, I would say go for it. But unfortunately, it doesn't, and it has some of the worst filler units, and it also has his worst variant, which is the red Estarossa. So if you want to go for it, summon at your own risk. But me personally, I would say do not summon for it. It is not worth it at all. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. As you can see, his unit rating, and then you can see his stats. what I found interesting is my red Estarossa, because I got the cosmetics for him. I think I'm missing the SR one, which I'll get eventually, right? My red Estarossa beats him with equipment on. He actually beats him in CC. I was a little shocked at that. It's not by like a crazy amount, because I believe mine is my Green Estarossa right now without 6/6 is 40, 90, 50. So 4K, like 4K, 4K 900, whatever. My red one is 41K, so that's a little weird. I guess the red one has naturally higher CC than the green one, but I guess it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because the red one can't really be used, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, these are his stats. His pierce rate's not bad, right? But it's not the best, 43%. If it were at 50, then we'd be talking, but no. His crit damage is really low too. It's not as high as other units, so there's that. His recovery rate is insane. Then he also has 18% lifesteal, and what it's not high, right? But what people don't understand is with his full counter, he's gonna actually get a marginal amount of HP back if he goes against a type disadvantage, right? If he hits a blue with it, he's gonna get a lot back, because that's 600% damage you're dealing, and that's 18% is coming back to you. So don't be surprised if he like almost heals himself completely if a blue character or multiple blue characters hit you, because he's pretty good, and his attack stat is insane, and so is his HP. Yeah, he's really good. It's just the fact that his banner is really bad. But yeah, other than that, there's not much to talk about. Really good unit, like I said. Really good skills, a passive, and his commandment isn't really all that like bad. So yeah. For me, he would be in the S tier. I would think so. Yes, he would be in the S tier. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy Grand Cross content. And I will see you all in the next video. Deuces.